Vietnamese state leader meets Russian president in China. Europe finalizes security plan for Kiev. Ukraine rejects talks in Russia. Localities attract investment to industrial cluster infrastructure.
Hello, it's me, Hoàng Yên again, and now here we go, the first step of the show. On September 3rd, Vietnamese State President Luong Khương just had a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Beijing on the occasion of his attendance at a ceremony marking the 80th anniversary of the world's victory over the fascism and Gherkin trip to China.
During the meeting, the two presidents reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the political and diplomatic ties between Vietnam and Russia. They also pledged to effectively implement the agreements reached during Putin's state visit to Vietnam in June 2024 and General Secretary To Lam's official visit to Russia in May 2025. Both sides emphasized their determination to elevate economic, trade, and investment cooperation in line with each country's potential. They also agreed to deepen collaboration in oil and gas, energy, expand market access for exports and nuclear energy agreements. Additionally, they agreed to enhance cooperation in defense and security, education, health, satellite communications, people-to-people exchanges, as well as to continue close coordination at international forums.
The European Union announced that it has finalized a long-term security assistance plan for Ukraine and is ready to activate it as soon as Kiev and Moscow reach a peace agreement.
Demain, nous aurons autour de nous plusieurs dirigeants.
At a joint press conference with the Ukrainian president in Paris, French President Emmanuel Macron announced that Europe is ready to provide security guarantees to Ukraine in coordination with NATO and international partners to ensure the plan's sustainability and effectiveness. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian president called on Europe and the United States to increase pressure on Russia to end the conflict. Ukraine also dismissed President Putin's proposal to hold a summit in Moscow. In a press conference in Beijing concluding his China visit, Russian President Putin praised U.S. President Donald Trump's mediation efforts, but also affirmed that if a diplomatic solution to the Ukraine conflict is not reached, Moscow will use force to complete its objectives.
By a 7-4 vote, the U.S. Federal Court of Appeals has upheld the earlier ruling by the Court of International Trade in May that found President Trump exceeded his authority in imposing reciprocal tariffs on most countries under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act.
The court argued that Trump's use of IEPA to impose global tariffs was beyond his constitutional authority. It affirmed that tariff setting is a core congressional power and cannot be bypassed through emergency declarations. This decision poses a serious challenge to Trump's trade agenda. The current tariffs will remain in effect until October 14th, when the Supreme Court is expected to review the case. Following the ruling, Trump spoke out in protest, warning that if the Supreme Court does not overturn the decision, it will be a disaster for the U.S. economy and could invalidate key trade agreements with multiple partners.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Hue-an Province outlines a plan for FDI development for the period 2025 to 2030, with 8 to 10 new industrial parks to be established, covering a total area of about 2,800 to 3,000 hectares. It aims to attract $5 to $6 billion in investment in high-tech, clean, and high-value-added industries, generating 150,000 jobs by 2030. The plan also includes the development of eco-industrial parks with full wastewater treatment and aim to turn the province into a high-tech industrial center that combines digital transformation, innovation, and green development.
Three ports in Vietnam, including Haiphong, HCM City, and Kai Mep, have been ranked among the world's top 50 busiest container ports by Dutch maritime consultancy Dynaliners. Accordingly, Ho Chi Minh City Port ranks 22nd in the world, with a throughput of about 9.1 million TEUs in 2024. Haiphong Port followed in 30th place with 7.1 million TEUs, just ahead of Kai Mep at 31st with 7 million TEUs. Dynaliners also ranked Vietnam 6th globally in largest container port systems.
Vinh University, in collaboration with the Meeting Vietnam scientific and educational organization and the Valet Scholarship Foundation, held a ceremony to award Valet scholarships worth over VND 2.2 billion to 116 outstanding students from Inge An in the 2024-2025 academic year. The Valet Scholarship is a large-scale non-governmental scholarship that has been operating for 26 years to support excellent students in France, Africa, Vietnam. Over the past 2 decades, thousands of outstanding students in Yên An province have received the scholarships worth over 30 billion VND.
Before the two-tier government system was implemented, Nghệ An province had established 26 industrial clusters, 23 of which are operational. However, only 6 industrial clusters were developed under the new regulations by infrastructure investing enterprises. The rest were invested in by the former district-level people's committees. After the implementation of two-tier local government system, newly established wards and communes are revising plans and attracting investment into industrial cluster infrastructure. More in the story today.
One of the key development breakthroughs for Yen Thanh Commune in the 2025-2030 period is developing the synchronous and modern socio-economic infrastructure, attracting investment, and building key economic zones. Therefore, Yen Thanh has requested provincial approval to expand the Old Town's industrial cluster to accommodate more investors.
After receiving approval from the competent authorities to expand the industrial park, the commune will step up efforts to attract investment in this industrial park's infrastructure.
The Ngia, my industrial cluster in Tai Hoa Town, was originally established in 2007 with a scale of 35 hectares and received provincial approval to expand to 70 hectares by 2027. Under the new two-tier governance system, Jonghiu Commune is focusing on attracting resources to upgrade its industrial infrastructure.
As the Ngia Mai industrial cluster lacks synchronous infrastructure, we need appropriate mechanisms and policies to ensure efficient production and business operations. Currently, the Commune Committee is actively calling for investors.
In Hung Chau Commune, the local government is also focusing on developing the advantages of industrial services and tourism. Therefore, the commune is calling for investors to complete the industrial infrastructure in the area.
Hung Chau's advantage lies in the existing Dien Quy Nhi Industrial Park, spanning 480 ha, including 350 ha within our commune. We will focus on attracting investment to develop Dien Quinge Industrial Park and expand it to create new industrial clusters based on current facilities.
Currently, along with reviewing and adjusting plans, local authorities in the province are actively resolving difficulties and obstacles related to land and site clearance to attract businesses to attract infrastructure developing enterprises. The goal is to use land efficiently, provide ready sites for enterprises, protect the environment, and ensure sustainable development.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now and see you later.